angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels.
Over a year ago, I went to an exchange year fair, and right after that, I decided to go with an agency to a high school in the United States. But before you are getting in the process for applying for an exchange year in a foreign country, you should put much more time and consideration into this decision, because that's what I did. I went months thinking about this decision, and you should not only ask yourself, what are my options, which agency should I choose, which country, how am I going to manage this. You should also ask yourself for which reasons you are going, and this can be individual, so that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today I want to talk about the process of applying for an exchange year. So what I did was really inform myself about all the agencies out there. There is a ton of them, and then I decided to go with the agency DFSR, which is a little one but very personal. The first thing that happened was there was a coordinator coming to my house asking me a ton of questions to give me green light on my exchange. Then I had to fill out tons of paperwork and also do a LSAS test because they wanted to test if my English was okay for an exchange or if I'll have any kinds of problems. So I just wanted to tune out here my personal information, and that was the mail that arrived at my house. It was a very long test, took me about 30 minutes, but it's not too bad, not too difficult. And you have to do reading and listening comprehension. So I just listened to the audio, and then you have to tick the right answer, and I just blacked that out. After a month where nothing happened, it was finally time for me to fill out my application. I did a video which is voluntarily, but I had fun at it, and here you can see the type of questions I had to fill out, do a photo album, all of that. That should help your host family to decide if they want to host you as a student. After submitting my application, I went on full month of waiting until I finally got my host family, and since then we've been chatting, having Skype calls, texting, getting to know each other.
Good morning. Hello, beautiful angels. Welcome to this new day. So I talked to Lena yesterday, and of course we were talking about our exchange years. What I wanted to say is we both do not appreciate our agency for not keeping up with us. Really, that's a big problem because everything is so unsecure right now. We are all frustrated and we don't know what to do. We don't know if we should start making plans, if we should. Yeah, you should think, of course, about alternatives, about other opportunities, because there is a big chance, it's not a slight chance, it's a big chance that I will not fly out this August. Big chance, right? The odds are very good for that not to happen. So good. So we don't appreciate our agencies for not keeping up with us, but we do have a camp next weekend just, right? And hopefully we'll get some information there. We both were like, we don't want to be super sure. We want to both think about alternatives, like I said, because that's important. You don't want to, my whole thinking about that. You know that I'm not the kind of person that says this is gonna happen. I'm just crossing my fingers. I was in the German kind of way because you pressed down your thumbs, but I'm crossing my fingers. It will happen. That's not my state of mind, right? I'm a person that's like, it's not gonna happen. That's just in my mind, which is okay. Mindset. We won't talk about it today. But we both know that we should be not super optimistic about it because it's a big chance, like I said. So think about alternatives, because you don't want to stand there and be like, well, I thought I'd fly out this summer. No. You have to make sure that if it doesn't happen, big chance, so it doesn't happen, you have somewhere to go, something to do, right? Okay. That's the whole story behind it. And we were both like, we will both think about alternatives. And for me, I talked to my mom yesterday about it because that's always what I do, and it helps me so much. Yeah, I'm that kind of girl. And I was like, I can't imagine myself going for this whole year or for 5 months to a different family, because I already pictured myself celebrating Thanksgiving with Matt and Amy and Melina, and I already pictured us going to school together, doing prom, meeting cute guys, having friends there, celebrating our birthdays quite in some months different. And I just can't imagine going someplace else, right? I want to go to Texas, I want to go to Matt and Amy, and I want to be there with Melina, and I want to go there to school. Yeah. So I was like, I don't even want to look for any other alternatives someplace, because that's not what I want to do. It's also complicated, but you know what? You have to roll with the punches, and I like, this just shows me that I really want to go there. I really want to spend this year no matter what.
Some time, not month, passed by. Then we had an orientation camp scheduled. Normally they do this face to face, but under the circumstances that's not possible.
Hello, beautiful angels. It's the day that my pre-camp is going on. Right, that's all I can say. It's gonna be an online class basically. So we're going in at 10 a.m., which is, as you can tell by the time, in some minutes. I'm very excited for this. I'm just getting ready by the minute, wearing a super cute outfit. You're only gonna see this part of my body basically, or even just that part. And yeah, I feel like they're gonna tell us a lot about how this whole situation is going to be dealt with. The virus going on in the world, and then you also can't talk. It's too early for me. You're also gonna be in breakout rooms with other exchange students, so I'm excited for that too. I don't know how this is gonna go off, because today's the day that my parents are gonna be with me in the class, and tomorrow I'll have 2 hours of my own talking to the others. But today is really, I feel like, about getting information, asking kind of questions you want to ask. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm also kind of concerned. They already texted us in an email that the whole program is now verified by the US Department, or was verified the 6th July. So you're somehow on a more positive side right now, but they still said that we really have to wish for the visa appointments to open up before the 30th of September. Problem is, the 30th of September will be the date where you have to fly in the USA at least, so you can't fly in after the 30th of September. And my visa appointment, which was on the 21st, got cancelled, like the first one. So right now I don't even have a visa appointment because you can't schedule any. They hope that the US Council in the German cities will open up in August or even July. I feel like they also said July. I'm not really sure. I'm not the one knowing everything that's on my parents. And then they hope that they open up for the exchange students so that we can schedule our visa appointment, get our visa, and then fly in before the 30th of September. I guess that's just a problem for the schools, because my host family also said that my school in Texas is not really letting in students months after school started. So I feel like that's on schools and not in general flying in the United States, because you could basically do that all the time. Well, not right now, but after that, right? Install this. Yes, these are recursions for outside. And that's the mail we got with like the link to the Zoom meeting and some information. And I just read it again because I wanted to make sure to really get the gist. Why don't you focus? And today it's gonna be a 2-hour video in the morning, and then we'll have the break for 60 minutes, and after that just asking questions and all of that. And tomorrow I am gonna be logging in alone, which is this part down here. I can't right there, and that's from 10 a.m. to 12, and we're gonna be in breakout rooms then, but not today.
The meeting started and we right on went into the 2 hour long video of them explaining every single part of our exchange year, which was very helpful but so long.
So guys, we completed the first round of this Zoom class, and they were like reading all of us, and I guess just doing small talk at the beginning. It started at 10 a.m. like I said, and then we went right into the video. It was so long, the video, but it really covered all the important themes in general about exchange here. So they didn't quite go into COVID-19 and all of the problems that caused. So just generally what this whole exchange here is all about, and all the rules, the I don't even know what they talked about. Host families, really everything that is important for these 10 months. And then we went right into questions, which was a whole lot. They first were planning on doing the break at 12 p.m. or a.m. But now it's 1 p.m. because there were so many questions popping up. And I do not have any problems with questions because most of them were also important for me. Also, one guy asked about Texas because he's also going there, and how the cases are not really stabilizing. Yeah, which was of course great because then I did not have to ask that question. But there were so many parents who asked questions that the two coordinators from my agency just could not answer because they were so specifically about, like, I don't know, about accounts, bank accounts, or in one specific case what's gonna happen. Morning guys, I'm kind of in a hurry because I'm having my next Zoom class in about in about 15 minutes. That's what I wanted to say. So yep, I have to talk to you again while getting ready. I did not keep up with you yesterday, and I'm so sorry. I have some footage of the actual meeting. Okay. I of course wanted to make sure that I don't film any other participants because of privacy issues, and also not show any super like detailed information. But there was some really interesting stuff going on. Yeah, I feel like I will tell you more about that, but I'm actually here for telling you about what's the plan for today, because today's without my parents. I'm gonna be sitting here in my room with my iPad, and I'm gonna be joining the class there. So it's gonna be, I feel like, about also us, particularly our host families and all of that. So I'm so excited because we're also gonna be in breakout rooms, which means you're not with everyone, but just part of the whole group, like 5 or more, I guess, participants, and then you can talk to them in a little group. So you are in a different room, and that's what they are. That's why they're called breakout rooms. Really made me feel weird on the call yesterday was that we should have not turned on the audio or make sure they see our faces. So our screen was black all the time, and just for our organization, from the people there, from the employees, we could see them, but no one else. So only if you ask a question, you turn on your screen, you turn on your volume, and then the others could see you. But for all the other hours, you only saw black screens. That was something that annoyed me a little bit. I guess it's just because they feared it be so distracting to see so many faces and moving, and then some people will turn on their volume to ask a question. I feel like that was their fear.
I made myself comfortable on the couch because I knew they wouldn't see my face, and listened to the returnees, so the ones that already did their exchange year. They talked about their experience in different breakout rooms, so you had a different returnee and you could ask them questions, which was pretty nice, but the experience is individual every time and you cannot generalize it.
I survived, guys. This is a new perspective. I love it. And we can see the fake ivy right here. No, I just finished the whole meeting, the whole Zoom class. Kind of relieved, but also, it's so different than having met all the people in person. I only saw a few of them, and for the other ones, I just heard their voice asking questions. I also just asked some questions. So the whole plan of this day's conference was we first watched 3 little videos, which were sketches from the returnees, and in there here was a guy making all the mistakes you could make when you go and do your year off. Like, he was so impatient and impolite, and also did not try to adopt any kind of, like, for him, out of comfort zone, new things happening in the US, like you have to be in time for class and all of that. It was nice, but we talked about it so long and made a whole revision, and what are the mistakes, what should you not do, what should you do. That was a bit long, and then we were separated in little groups, so I was in the same group all the time, but we had a different returnee, and there we just could ask them a lot of questions, which was very good. Yeah, overall very good. I am thankful that I got a lot of insight in the different exchanges from the different returnees. Yeah, I would just have loved to meet all of them in person.
After my camp ended, I informed my host family about all the new information I got, which is a very important step because from now on you're gonna work together and you should be on the same page. And also I let them know my doubts and my feelings about if this is even happening because of the virus. A big issue of doing an exchange year this year was getting a visa appointment. All my appointments in Munich have been cancelled and there weren't any open for the longest time. So I took the opportunity to schedule an appointment in Frankfurt, which is a different city in Germany. And I scheduled this appointment because my good friend who's also going to the United States for an exchange year told me about it, and we both got one on the same day.
Guys, as you could see, I just booked my visa appointment in another city, not in Munich, because there are no appointments available, and I don't know when there will be. Problem is, I need to leave for the 30th of September. After that, I am not able to leave anymore to fly out. So you have to get your visa before that. Makes sense. And there are no appointments available in Munich, so I booked one in Frankfurt. And that's gonna be next week's Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. And my friend who's also going for an exchange year has the same visa appointment 1 hour after me. So what we actually will do is take a Flixbus to get there, and then we need to go on a 1 hour long walk from the train station to the consulate, and there we are gonna have our visa appointments, and we're gonna get back to Central Station, and from there go back home.
There's gonna be a whole vlog about me and Lena taking a 6-hour bus ride to Frankfurt, going to the consulate and getting our visas, so stay tuned for that.
I got some news. I'm gonna get my notebook. But I got some news from my exchange year right here. For me, my exchange year, I just chatted with my host mom. because she wanted to show me something, and I told her yesterday that I got my visa, which is pretty exciting because I kept it a surprise, and they were super happy and excited for me. So we just chatted about the flights because there's a change. School's gonna start for me now on September 8th. It should have started on already August 24th, I feel like, but now it starts on September 8th. So I'm only able to fly in 1 week before, or like a little bit more than that, but not on the on August the 19th. So there are some requests for flights. The first one is 1 week before, or a little bit earlier, because it would be great to be able to fly in on a weekend, because then they will for sure be off work and can pick me up at the airport. But normally that's not able, and normally that's not possible, because school does not start on a weekend, and a week before that is a normal day of the week. So 1 week before, then September the 2nd, which is a Wednesday, right? And September the 3rd. And September the 2nd is their anniversary, which would be so cool. But Matt has to work. Amy could get off work and then go register me the next day. But Matt could not. So we could only go for dinner together. And I would be taking, maybe or pretty possibly, a flight of Turkish Airlines. It's always the same each day, because it was the same the last time we checked. And it's like leaving 7ish, I guess. And then 13 hours with one stop in Istanbul, but just a layover of 1 or 2 hours. And then right into the George Bush Airport at in Houston. And then school ends for me on June 3rd. And what I have to make sure of my visa is that I can re-entry in the US, because we're gonna maybe take a trip to Matt's parents who live in New York, and from there we will possibly go out of the country to Canada, which would not be a problem with the visa, but it should be a re-entry visa so that I can get back to the United States. So that's what I have to check when I get my visa mailed at me. And also I have to send in my requests for the courses in school. I have not looked at the list in detail, but there are quite a few courses, and Amy told me to just note down my favorites in an order that makes sense for me, and then just send her a picture. So we're gonna take that with us when I get registered at school, and they're gonna tell me what courses are available for me, and then we're gonna design my timetable. Isn't that cool? So these are the news I'm gonna tell my mom. I let you know first. You should feel honored, right? Just feel honored. I'm on vacation right now. That's what this whole setup is about, and also me being super tan. But there's some news about my exchange year. So I'm going, or the plan actually was for me to go with a Finnish exchange student to my family in Texas. So we'd be living in the same house, go to the same school, do all of the activities with our family together. And that was the plan since February, so for 6 months now. And my Finnish exchange sister, host sister, whatever you want to call her, decided some days ago that she is not doing the exchange year. So she called the whole thing off, told that my host family, and they informed me today, and also offered me or talked to me about the options we have right now. So you can, of course, still go for another exchange student. It's just that the process takes really long and can be quite stressful because it's such short notice. And of course, I didn't want to push them into any kind of decision that I don't want to make, and they don't want to just please me with a decision they don't want to make. So they're still deciding, and I told them that I'll be fine with any situation. And I still haven't realized that I'm maybe gonna be alone because I've been imagining for 6 months to be there together with my Finnish exchange sister. That's the news, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of things when I get home, like choose my courses, pack, and all that stuff. That's just another thing that comes due to Corona.
I did literally everything I could to make this exchange year happen. The day of my departure to the United States was finally happening, so stay tuned for all the content.